What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Well, I was reading this crazy article about Facebook moderators in the life of.
What's it saying?
That it's very dark. So they're contracting out other companies that are paying employees minimum wage or just above minimum wage to sit and and they're like constricted by time. Like start when the whistle blows, stop when it's done. Push a button to start watching the crazy shit in the world, like beheadings and dudes getting stabbed and screaming for their life, and then these people have nervous breakdowns, and then there's they'll have a counselor on duty part of the day, but only part of the day, and then everyone's like fighting for space to try and get a locker and waiting for the bathroom.
And apparently I read one part of that where it said they basically have their own version of like Facebook at work where they get a feed of stuff to go through. And it was actually saying that the algorithm in that feed causes problems because it was since it's now chronological, they're getting mixed messages from from the higher ups on like what the most recent policy is. Did you get to that part?
No.
Yeah.
So explain that again. There's can you explain that one more time?
Yeah, like they have their own sort of internal version of Facebook with its own feed for all of the moderators. And that feed has an algorithm. You would think that would be at least a chronological feed, but no. And so they're getting updates from their bosses on what the most current interpretation of the policy is. So that the people who are all on that feed, all the moderators, can understand the most recent rules and updates.
So it updates that frequently? Like during the day, they'll just get changes to their policy, and wow,
yeah, that's what they were saying.
That's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that we're building an AI. I mean, I can't, as far as I am into the story, I can't see any other way than having like super smart machines handling this for us. And is that going to drive the artificial intelligence insane?
I think that's a secondary problem, the mental health of the AI. But no, AI and machine learning can definitely help identify stuff. It's just a matter of if you flag it or if you take it down before humans have a chance to basically approve.
Yeah.
Or do you have humans have the final say?
I think you should let humans have the final say.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah, it's like machines are our helpers,
So like
not our dictators.
Right. So it's like all these college grads, instead of joining the military, they're joining Facebook moderation, and then they're still seeing people get stabbed and shot and coming back with PTSD, even though they're not in the war zone. That's like hell. I don't think that's really a healthy thing for our society right now.
Well,
I'm doing other things too with my day, if you'd like to hear about that.
well, how does that compare to moderating minds?
It's about 2.6 billion users, so it's more, and so you're going to get you're probably going to get a similar scale of like violent to non-violent posts, but it's just there's so much more of it that you hear about it more. Other than that, I don't think it's very much different.
What do you think about, well, other than the policy is completely
Right.
different.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just taking stuff down that we otherwise would just be adding a filter to.
Yeah, which actually helps a lot for me as a moderator, because if I start to see somebody like getting smacked or whatever, I just push it. I don't have to watch the whole thing to know. I know that it's allowed to be on the site. I'm not like looking for the moment when it's not allowed on the site. I mean, you can kind of tell from images and stuff. For videos, it's a big fucking...
Don't you kind of have to watch the whole video? How do you know that
It's
something
impossible.
didn't? It's impossible. There's not enough.
There's thousands of hours of video to watch. So it's like
Right.
I spot check these videos to make sure, and I don't want to give away my trade secrets.
And then if they get reported, then obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, we can't. No major network is watching all the video. They can't. It's just a matter of prioritizing the most important stuff. And you can analyze video to help prioritize in the report queue. So
We were looking at community moderating, which is like clutch, like if people want to opt in and look at the reported stuff and then come to consensus on what's good and what's bad, and we can get legitimate consensuses like 80 out of 100 people agree that this is violated for spam or for whatever. And then that might be more sustainable than hiring 100,000 people just sitting in an office for us.
that's a city of people.
People, buildings.
Cities.
Like it's
That's-
like sweatshop labor almost.
How much do they get paid?
$15 an hour, $14 an hour.
Mhm.
The people at Facebook, like the employees at Facebook, get paid. I think the median wage is $220,000 a year, but these contractors are like $22,000 a year.
Do you think, in what country?
United States.
Oh, this is in the U.S.
Yeah, they've
Oh,
moved
wow.
to the U.S. now because they're so overloaded.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my fair share of moderation, and I think the pain of working for Google or Facebook or Twitter is more, it's beyond just looking at the explicit content. I would be pained by, and this is weird to say, but by deleting it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you have stress and anxiety from knowing you're a part of something that isn't quite doing policy right. So you're a part of the censorship machine. So you're simultaneously confronted with this insane content, which is going to have an effect on you. But then you're also like, well, wait a second. I just had to take down a pretty harmless picture that really I don't think should have been taken down, but I'm forced to take it down.
And that's similar to like U.S. troops that are coming back from the war and think that they fought a war that they shouldn't have fought, which is
Yes,
horrible.
that's one of the most severe impacts. There's both. There's the exposure, and then there's the regret.